Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. So, what have I got for you today then? Well, as you've probably seen already, 5 rock guitar licks that I probably rely on too much. I've done other videos like this. I did a while ago, I did 5 blues licks that I probably rely on too much, and also 5 tapping licks that I probably rely on too much. So I thought I'd just do another video like that, but more in a straight ahead kind of rock and roll, rock, classic rock kind of vein this time. All of the licks in today's video are based largely around the A Dorian mode, and if you're not sure what that is, don't worry, it's nothing sinister. It's just a good old nice friendly A minor pentatonic that I'm sure we're all probably very well acquainted with, and into the mix you're going to throw a B note and an F sharp note. Why those notes? Well, because they are present in the chords, in the underlying chord sequence that's going on in the backing track. So this is just basically robbing some of the notes out of the chords and throwing them into your licks. Nothing more complicated than that. Speaking of the backing track, that is available as a download from the description box down there, and all of the licks are tabbed out in a PDF, which is also available from the description box below, along with one or two other things that we'll talk about at the end of the video. So, without further ado, let's take a look at what's going on inside each of these licks. Here you go.
Lick number 1.
Okay then, lick number 1. What is basically going on here is I'm coming down a scale. This scale here. Which is a G major scale, but if we're playing it in an A minor context, that gives it an A Dorian mode sound. So I'm coming down the scale, but I'm not just coming straight down it. I'm basically coming from this note and skipping over that note and going to this note. So that's, then I go to this note and I skip over this note and go to this note. Then I come to this note and I skip over this note and go straight to this note. So I'm kind of leapfrogging my way down the scale like this. And just kind of finish it off on any little convenient set of notes that anchor it onto that A tonality note there. Something like that is what I played. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Lick number 2.
Okay, this lick uses sixths, double stops basically, and what's going on here is that I could take the G major scale on the 3rd string like that, and then play the same set of notes on the top E string, obviously starting from a different note because, you know, the E string starts on an E and the G string starts on a G. And as I've described, the all of the licks here are somewhat based on the G major scale, A Dorian mode kind of thing. And I can start with just the first note on each string, which is the open string, then the second note on each string, third note, and so on, and go up the scale like that. And what I do in this lick is I'm basically strumming the notes. So I'm keeping the middle string there, the B string, kind of muted with the underside of this finger, and it's just... then just a little A minor pentatonic noodle kind of thing once I get to the top, just to kind of resolve it back into the A minor tonality. So that's what's going on with that one. Let's have a look at the next one.
Lick number 3.
Right, this lick is just a bit of a legato thing. Again, G major scale, like all of these licks, and I'm using the notes of F sharp, G, A, B, C, and D. And I'm simply hammering on my way up that group of notes. And then, once I get to this note here, I'm pulling off on the way down. Like that, with a hammer on from nowhere to take me onto the second string. So and then round it again. It's actually easier to keep that momentum going once you get a bit of speed going on it. It doesn't give the notes an opportunity to die away, like it can happen when you're playing slow. So just kind of get that movement nice and slick, and just cycle through that as a nice little repetitive lick to kind of park your fingers in until you can think of what you're going to play next. Okay, speaking of what comes next, let's have a look at the next lick.
Lick number 4.
Okay, this is very much another sort of legato based thing, and thinking in terms of like an A minor pentatonic there, and I'm just adding in this F sharp note again here, which is again coming from the G major scale, or a Dorian mode if you want to view it in terms of A minor, and just a little legato series of pull-offs that go from that note to that note to that note, hammer on, pull off, then 7th fret on the G string, back to the 5th fret on the B string. So again, a nice little repetitive lick that you can park your fingers in while you think about what's going to come next. So, that's those. Let's have a look at the final lick.
Lick number 5.
Okay, we're up to the octave pattern here of A minor pentatonic. And this lick is pure A minor pentatonic. It sort of stems from a Clapton lick that I ripped off many, many years ago. Eric would often do this kind of thing. So that's a hammer on and pull off on the B string, and then coming back to the D note on the 3rd string, and then repeat that. You'll hear that in many, many Eric Clapton solos. And all I do is I take this note where he kind of comes onto the 3rd string and give it a little bit of a bend, like this. And, again, it's a very, I find, easy lick to get a little bit of speed going on behind it, and, it's another good repetitive lick that you can kind of put on autopilot and think about what you're going to play next in the solo. So there you go, 5 rock licks I probably use too much. And there you have it, 5 licks that I probably rely on a little bit too much whenever I'm playing straight ahead classic rock. I hope you enjoyed them, I hope you found them useful and maybe even a little bit inspiring. And if you have, give me a like, and why not hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the notification bell as well. As I said earlier, jam track and tab available in the description box below. And if all of this talk about modes has whetted your appetite, then I just thought I'd point out that I have a Udemy course on that very subject. Details at the end of the video on how to get that. All of my Udemy courses, including Making the Modes Easy, which is the one I'm referring to here, are massively discounted at the moment, so there's never been a better time to grab yourself a bargain and really give your playing a boost. These courses are getting all kinds of lovely things said about them on the reviews section of Udemy, and one of them, I think it's Play Lead Guitar the Easy Way, is I think still the highest rated lead guitar course on Udemy, which is very gratifying indeed. And speaking of that course, that's soon to be bundled in with the app content for the Fret Zealot tuition system, which you may remember I did a review of a little while ago. I think it's coming this month at some point that they're going to start offering that course, my Play Lead Guitar the Easy course, which is my best-selling course, by the way. They're going to start offering that as part of the app for the Fret Zealot system. So, yes, indeed. And if you're thinking about getting a Fret Zealot, then there's a discount code you can use. You can see it on screen now to get, well, a discount. What else are you going to use a discount code for? So if you're thinking about getting a Fret Zealot, I can just make it a little bit cheaper for you if you use this code that you can see on screen. So that's pretty much it for today, folks. Check out the Udemy courses. They're all massively discounted at the moment. So, as I say, great time to grab a bargain. And I'll just take this opportunity to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Bye for now, folks. And don't forget before you go to check out my Udemy courses, which you can see are available via my website, which is also where you can contact me to get in touch for some one-to-one tuition, either via Skype or in person if you live local to me. I also have merchandise available on my Teespring store, and of course all of the links are in the description. See you next time, chaps.